Hi guys, it's a new video today. So it's a video in English because it's for the event of Urban Rivals for the YouTube video creator something. So today we are going to talk about the Survivor mode. So the Survivor actually is a mode that in Urban Rivals you need to play as much game as you can, and as soon as you lose one game, that's it. You have to start again from the beginning. So basically, I think my record, it means in a row, I won in T1 12 times in a row, and then I lost. And in T2 is 11. Well, I didn't play so much Survivor, but still I tried to perform, and I will try to make it better and better. So basically the idea is in Survivor mode is quickly you start at the beginning, you have 13 pills and only 12 lives. Okay, so the more you climb, after you climb to 3 victory in a row, you go to 12 pills and 13 lives. 6 victories, you go to 11 pills and 14 lives. 10 victories, 10 pills, 15 lives, and then after it's 9 pills and 15 lives. So basically, the more you win, the less pills you will have, but the more life you will have. So the idea to try to perform, to be successful in this mode, is two things. You play a game that reduces the opponent, the damage of the opponent, or you play a game with a lot of damage, which is also another strategy. So the idea basically is like this. One of the first deck I want to show you is in T1, okay, for T1 games. So the basic of this deck, the idea of this deck is to reduce the opponent damage as much as you can. So that's why I call it dirty survival, because you need Vault as a leader, which already reduce all the damage of all the other cards of the opponent, which is the 8/5, which is not a bad card also. And then of course you play the Pussycats with their bonus -2 opponent damage. So with this kind of deck, it's pretty dirty, but you can easy do something, but this one cannot be done actually because we have Vixen in 3 pills. Anyway, this was an old deck I used to play before they changed. I think Vixen was 2 pills power. Anyway, you need to change one. We have one star too much. Yeah, I was checking because for me it was strange. Like Vixen, I remember I used to play this deck, but Vixen 2 stars. Okay. So Vixen 3 stars, actually you need to, maybe you can remove Charlie. Anyway, you can check, you have a lot of good cards in the Pussycat. But this is just actually to talk about the mode and to talk about the idea of deck you can make. It's not like I will give you deck which you will automatically win with this. But this deck, if you kind of use it to create another one with 25 stars, it can be really good. Okay, so the idea is to reduce all the damage. You have to count all the game about all the damage and how to win just with a bit more life than the opponent. It's just the basic to do with this kind of deck. Another deck for T1, this one is a bit even completely different. This deck is a deck which is based on damages. Okay, so you have basically Quetzal, Noctezuma 8, which hits at 8, Noctezuma 8, Imira, which hits at 7 or 9 in bonus, or even 11 in Fury, bonus plus Fury. And you have Tormenta, which is also a good card because it can give you a lot of life and reduce the opponent life. So this one is 25 stars for sure because it's the one I played recently. I did 11, I think, Survivor 11 with this one. So for me, I have a bit more fun with this kind of deck with big cards, but it depends on my mood. Sometimes I prefer to play a deck like this, which reduces the damage, and sometimes I like to have a deck very very, how can I say, offensive, very strong in damage. It's very fun. So basically this one you have Pappagallo, El Pappagallo, which will activate the bonus of the Frozen. And then you have other cards which are also pretty strong, like Quetzal, of course, Noctezuma Man, Noctezuma CR, Emira CR, Loki. So this is the second idea. So this one you can KO your opponent even if he reach 15 lives. You see, you hit 2 times Noctezuma and Emira CR, and then that's it. 8 and 9 is 17 is dead. So you can first knock out your enemy, your opponent, and you can also play on the balance of lives. For example, with Tormenta, if he cannot go back to, how can I explain? You hit him so much with the other cards before, even if he's not knockout, that he cannot reach back to you. So basically you will win with the small difference of lives. Anyway, this is a pretty strong deck. And in T2 another deck. So this one, a T2, of course, which another clan which is very good for Survivor is the Sacrum. So the Sacrum is very nice with Grasn, Mokra, Trinct, and Uranus. And of course also the Frozen, which with 2 cards that also reduce the damage. Okay, Ruru and Friska. And you have of course Grasn, which reduces 5 damage, Mokra is 2 and power 2, Train, which is 4 damage, and Uranus, which is 5, minimum 1. So all of these cards, they are very good for the strategy of Survivor. Okay, this is for T1, I show you. No, this is for T2, sorry. Of course it's for T2. T2 because it's 34 and it's mostly 4 or 5 cards. And you have Uranus also. So this is for T2, okay? And this one is for T2 also, I think. Survivor, yes. Anyway, when you see the amount of stars. So this is a different deck when, of course, also the hives can be played in T2 because their bonus is, I think, is stronger in T2. So basically you have a Ram, Strigoi, Kylo Ren, and Aegis. Actually, it's a deck which is pretty old. I think you can add the new cards like okay, you can add what's her name, the Queen of the Hives, which is pretty strong. It's a card I like, of course. Mana Cersei, and you can also add Hydra Reva, which I don't have this card yet. But I will soon open some packs because she's in the New Blood. I just bought some credits, okay, here, and I will also do soon a video to open tokens because I have a lot here. So anyway, this is a good clan for the T2, okay, with this new cards, Mana Cersei and Hydra Reva. And on the other side, it's also good to have the Raptors because many people they play with cards in Survivor, with cards which have which reduce the attack of the opponent. So basically, with the Raptors, it's pretty nice to play actually. But the thing is, the more you will go higher and the less you will have pills, it will be a bit hard, okay? Because of course, when you have only 9 pills, it's pretty hard, or even 10 pills or any. Or I mean, when you have less pills, it's pretty hard to play, of course, the Raptors, but they have a good power. You see, 9, 8, well, 7, but with a great power. 8 again here. So anyway, the Survivor mode is a nice mode. Okay, it's a mode you can play. I play it like once a week, I would say. I play on my iPad and until I lose. So you can try many cards, you can try many different strategy. It's not a big deal when you lose at the beginning. You start again from 0, and then the more you reach, what is fun, the more you reach higher steps, the more you have a bit stress and you don't want to lose, and you have time. What is good, and you also have time to play, okay, much more than a tournament. And what else? Okay, and then every day you will have ranking, and if you have on top of the ranking, you can have a few credits. I already finished one time, I think second, It depends who is playing actually on the day. Okay, so it's my first video in English for the YouTube event for Urban Rivers. I hope you liked it, and let's check it out later. Bye.